All right, boys. For everything that we've talked about AI in this channel, or just when you log into Twitter, you log into your PC, man, you open up your phone and you see people talking about AI, this is the craziest thing I've read in the past week or so. And I saw you guys posting about it on our Discord, and I had a little different one. But it was really cool that I saw people finding different sources for this kind of stuff, and all the chaos that is going to happen from this, at least I think. The thing that I'm saying is, ever since this AI craze started in the world, I just felt like it was going to be something that, we're going to try it out. It's going to take forever to actually be good. It might even burst, and we might not even end up doing anything with it, and just, letting go of it and moving on. Almost feeling like maybe it's a fad, right? Maybe that's my inside boomer talking, but who knows? But anyways, so I was at work and I saw this and I was like, this can't be real. This title needs to be a clickbait, okay? So let me pull this up. I want you guys to read this with me, and it's just something we need to talk about. So this is a post from Gaming on Phone. It came out on May 9th, so, a couple of weeks ago, like we talked. Hoyoverse reveals plans to build a self-evolving, autonomous AI civilization. I was like, no way, dude, right? So I go into the actual article to see what this is actually about. And again, the title is the same one. So, in quotes, a self-evolving AI civilization. I'm so sorry, dude. The word civilization is insane to me. It is dystopic. Just from seeing this, it brings up so many, cyberpunk mangas like Gum, that's called what? Battle Angel in English? Like Kakira, like Ghost in the Shell that I've read when I was much younger. All of that PTSD comes to mind the exact moment I read this. TBH AI made it network. AI is not that bad. I think there's parts to it, right, Kurisu? It's like, dude, for example, I use AI at work to review my text, to review my emails, that kind of stuff, right? I think it is a good tool for menial tasks that you're not really creating anything. You're not actually using it to do a job that only a human can do. But I get what you're saying. I don't like this. I feel like the Terminator era is evolving faster. Yes, this is... I think it's like... I don't know how serious they are about this, but this legitimately makes me actually think, okay, maybe we are going to the actual, maybe we are heading into Skynet or whatever the fuck. Crazy. Here's what I want to talk about. Recently in the gacha scene, we've talked a lot about this. There was an insane drama going on with NTE, man, and how it used AI on some tasks or some things or some assets, probably placeholder shit they forgot to take out or whatever. Similar to what, at least from what I've read, on the surface level, to me it seemed similar to what Expedition 33 did. So, I want to read this. The statement also reflects Hoyoverse's increasing investment in AI technologies over the past few years. We talked about how people were talking shit on NTE, but, Mihoyo and Kuro Games and Cygames, everything is using AI everywhere. So we gotta be careful about putting our money where our mouth is whenever we're talking about not partaking into AI and not playing any games that have any AI shit in it, that kind of stuff. Because I really feel like a year from now, every single game that's relatively big is going to have it. Earlier reports surrounding Honkai Nexus Anima pointed toward hiring efforts focused on AI-assisted art workflows, man. Okay, so maybe we're not, maybe we're not substituting artists yet, but we're definitely fucking using it to make art. This is what blew my mind. It's been a while since I've played Honkai Star Rail, and I believe that I had no idea this was happening, but apparently they were experimenting with interactive AI NPC systems in Star Rail. It was beta implementations, that kind of shit, and they received positive player feedback in China. And just like what we were talking a little bit ago, the China players are their biggest money makers. They're the ones paying the bills, man. We are very much in the niche audience for this game. And if the Chinese players like it, man, then you better fucking know they're gonna attack it from all sides. They're gonna invest in it Earlier this month, trademarks linked to rumored Unreal Engine 5, right? La 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 la. Here's the shit. Just to be 100% fair, they did say that they were being responsible about using AI. They didn't want to use, people's voices and that kind of stuff. It's whatever. The crazy thing is that... Wait, hold on. Even Google wants to remove the usual search bar and fully AI chatbot from my Google search. I hate this. I completely understand not liking these kinds of things, but unfortunately, man, I don't see anywhere else for us to evolve to. It feels like this is just going to become a thing. I have no idea how anybody can stop this at this time, except, all these data centers just not making their money back and all of them going offline. That is the only way that I can see that we're going to stop this. Because, I think we can try any activism that we want. It's not going to work. So, the thing about it is that the article doesn't really talk too much about what they actually mean by AI civilization. Call it a foundational model. And it's... They want to build a self-evolving autonomous AI civilization, and I think that's exactly what it means. Now, there might be some problems in translation, but who knows? And besides that, they're gonna integrate AI across everything that they have. So the big thing here is that I actually believe these guys can do it. This is the actual Chinese interview where they were talking about it, and it was way too much for me to ask to translate and that kind of stuff. But I think this is just something we need to talk about, dude. We need to look at this, and honestly, it makes me a little bit afraid. The reason why this... Because, of course, you at home, you might be thinking, dude, it's just a fucking gacha game company. What are they going to do? Are they actually going to create self-evolving autonomous AI? These NPCs inside this virtual city that became a society and can live together, and etc., etc. It borderlines, when you read this, just from a surface point of view, it borderlines, intelligence that is aware, intelligence that has a conscience. It is insane. That's what they want to do. And I totally understand if a lot of people are going dude, how the fuck are they going to do this? They just want to make their NPCs inside the game answer whatever the fuck you write in, right? Maybe they want to make a dating simulator where it's better for you to I guess have your fantasies with your wife or whatever the fuck. Here's why I'm afraid. A lot of you guys already probably know, but Hoyoverse is simply an insanely big company. It is huge. It is out of this world. It is bigger than a lot of just fans from the games even realize that it is. This fucking company that was built upon getting money from gacha addicted players spending thousands of dollars on their fucking PNG or 3D model waifu. With that money, they built a fucking nuclear reactor, dude. A lot of you probably know this, but I'm just bringing it up in case you're watching this and you don't know, right? China recently ignited yet another superconducting tokamak nuclear fusion reactor in Shanghai, second after Hefei, privately funded, constructed, and operated by a gaming company, Mihoyo, or Hoyoverse, developer of Genshin Impact. It is the first tokamak owned by a non-state actor, privately owned. And then, of course, the meme, right? Guess we're fucking doing nuclear reactor now. Dude, this thing, to me, is out of this world. I cannot believe that a fucking company just built, they constructed, and they are operating a state-of-the-art nuclear reactor, all from money they made of you buying your waifu. All from money they made of people gambling on video game characters that are fictional, dude. If they made this, I actually believe it. When they're saying that they're gonna create this fucking thing, they're gonna put billions and billions of dollars into AI research, and they're gonna build an entire actual civilization. It feels like dude, this thing feels like a South Park episode. But I actually believe it, and that makes me fucking scared. Because my fucking anime adult brain cannot stop telling me this is how it starts, that this is how shit goes south. It is crazy. It is crazy. The biggest thing, man, Right? Like and come on guys, I just thought this was something really cool for us to talk about. I thought this was huge news. I think this is way bigger news than, I guess what it appears as. And I just really wanted to bring this up, man, because know what you're getting into. Every time you give money to Hoyoverse, I want you to know what you're giving money towards. Now, listen, man, this could be bad. Who knows what happens, man? But if companies like Hoyoverse are making so much infinite money from, people spending money on their waifus, then who's to say one of these companies isn't going to have so much money to just invest into things that are for the betterment of the species, man? Like if you have so many billions of dollars to invest in these kinds of things, maybe one of these companies is gonna fucking cure cancer, dude. I don't know, dude, right? Maybe we can think positive. Maybe they're not gonna just keep milking us for everything we're worth no matter what and only use it for their own good and shit. I don't know, right? I'm just trying to, there's the nihilistic side of it that we just talked about, right? Humanity was a mistake. And there's the maybe something cool could come out of its side. That's all I'm bringing up. But the point that I want to end in, because all of us here are fucking, degenerate gacha players, is I don't want anyone to ever tell me again that Genshin Impact or ZZZ or whatever the fuck Hoyoverse game needs to have a fucking 50-50 on a 90 pity pool to make money, dude. Brother, there is no way in hell they need to maintain this shitty system up the way it is, or they don't make their money back. Oh, it's a gacha, not a fucking charity. Like, fuck you, dude. There is no way. This is the biggest thing. Arguably the only thing that we can actually get out of this at this point, that we actually have some sort of control over, is understanding that there is no way in hell they couldn't just be better and make the game better for the players. Ease up on the fucking gacha system. Make it less grindy. All of that shit. There is no way in hell. And after this, nobody is ever going to convince me that the only reason why Hoyoverse chooses to maintain its systems the way that it does is because they just don't want to fix what isn't broken, and people are still giving their people are still giving them their hard-earned cash, no matter what the fuck they do, and no matter how shitty they treat their players, and no matter how stupidly how insanely bad their anniversaries are. It is what it is, dude. So think about it twice, please, for the love of God. Anybody watching this, think about it twice before you defend a gacha company. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for coming. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. Give it a like, give me a sub, give me a follow on Twitch if you're watching this here, man. I love all of you. You guys are great, man. I don't know. The future is looking... the future is like fucking Schrodinger's cat for me right now, man. I really don't know if things are just gonna work out, or we're really all doomed to just have a slow death and extinction, dude. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys. Help me out. Give me a sub. See you.